back out to kick this one off. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback.
5-8, 5-8.
Check, he's Mike.
Come on, D.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. A little too much extracurricular there.
We got this.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Ready. 95-56.
Let's go one more.
SOS.
Here's Sanders.
SOS.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's a second down run with Sanders. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a second and long after the holding call. They'll run with Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
No recon, 132 fighter.
Check three. Hey, alert three.
They'll try the left side. Westbrook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Ready.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down.
Check. 53.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
This is Tomlinson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll try and pick it up with Tomlinson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run on first down. Tomlinson.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now here's Vick. It's complete. He finds Falk here. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Vick. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 17 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point forthcoming. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down now, it's Sanders. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Ready? 95, 56. No, check his mic. Come to my world.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders.
Rush in.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. On second down, Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Westbrook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Sanders. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Vic to throw it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hester. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready.
Oh, yeah.
Kill.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Here's Breeze, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 34-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 18. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll keep it on the ground. Westbrook, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now it carried for Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Ready. 5-9. 65. 65. 5-8. 5. Buzz.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. On first down, Tomlinson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground, Tomlinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing, Vick. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Tomlinson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
To throw, Vick. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
11. Got you. Hey, Foxtrot. 95 is a sand. No, check.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Vick readies to throw, eluding the pressure right. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On 2nd and 10, Breeze. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Tomlinson again, a 1st down carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, Vick. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Sam Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. Correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. On 1st down, Tomlinson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Vic now. Flush to his right. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Alert, flare. Hot 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Vic escaping the pressure right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Baby, all day.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Eagles, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.